Welcome to Walk to Table. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to make your own preserved sausages that are free of nitrate, chemicals, and preservatives. Subscribe to my YouTube channel to get all of my recipes. Don't forget to leave me your comments about this episode. I would love to hear from you. Let's get started. Here I have 2 pounds of lean ground pork from a local grocery store. Pour some distilled water over and soak it for 5 minutes. It will help get rid of the blood and give the sausage a better taste. After 5 minutes, drain it over a large sieve. Use a spoon or something heavy to press on the meat. That will help drain the water faster. Here I have 4 tablespoons of Chinese rose wine. It's also called 玫瑰露酒 on the label. Add 2 teaspoons of the red yeast rice into the wine and set aside. If you cannot find it at the Asian store, you can skip it. Add 2 teaspoons of salt and mix it very well until the meat feels a little bit sticky. For the seasoning, add 2 tablespoons of premium soy sauce, 4 tablespoons of sugar. Pour over the wine mixture. Take your time to mix all the seasoning very well. I like to use this natural sheep casing that I bought from Amazon. Make sure when you buy them, make sure they're sheep. There are different kinds. If you want to make the skinny kind of breakfast ling size, you want to get the sheep one. If you get the hogs one, which is really big, then it will become a big sausage. So make sure you get this kind for the Chinese sausage, okay? The casing are covered in salt, and sometimes the hardest part is to know where to start. This section that I poured out, the length of each one is long enough to make 2 6-inch sausages. Once you soak them, they will become flexible and hold quite a bit of meat. Use the distilled water to rinse out all the salt and soak them for 15 minutes. Each kind has their own instructions of how to handle it, how to rehydrate it. And this one is actually pretty easy. At the back of it has pretty thorough instructions. So make sure you follow whatever instruction that's from the package that you bought. And I will include the link on the description, so make it easy for you to get them. So for stuffing the sausage, I bought this little stuffing tool from Amazon. Looks kind of like a gun, but it's actually very easy to put together. So my first time making sausage, I didn't want to spend any money buying another kitchen tool, so I just did it with a funnel, and it's almost impossible to push the meat into the case that way. So speaking from experience, this tool is not very expensive, and I highly recommend it. It will actually make your job a lot easier and quicker. So I've had it filled up pretty much all the way to the top. Set it aside. I'll put the top on. Now find the opening of the casing and put it on the nozzle. Once it's on, push the casing up almost to the end. I found that keeping your hands and the casing wet will make it go easier. Almost to the end of it, then what I want to do is I'm going to push the meat down a little bit. You can see there's air at the end here. You want to get rid of all those air. You don't want it. Air bubbles. Why are you making sausage? Air bubble is your enemy. So you're gonna get it out as much as you can before you tie the knot at the end. Perfect. Pretty tight. There you go. And I highly recommend you using a plate. It'll make the job a lot easier that way. It's looking pretty good. Here I'm going to pour the casing out and tie the knot at the end. You might want to even out the meat a little bit. Sometimes the end may have a little bit less meat, the middle have more. It's okay, so just use your hand and squeeze it out. So carefully twist it in the middle, and now you have a pair of 6-inch sausages. You can definitely make it shorter if you like. Last step, use a toothpick to poke holes all over the sausage on both sides. That will help release the air bubbles during the dehydration process. One done, more to go. This recipe makes about 16 sausages. This is the dehydrator I like to use. It has 4 trays, but it doesn't take up a lot of space in my cabinet. Pat the sausages dry and set them on the tray. You will need to rotate the trays every 12 hours and turn over the sausages so that they can dry evenly. This is how they look after 48 hours. The sausage is still a little bit soft, but not bone dry like jerky. As long as you don't see any juice running inside, that means they are done. For me, I like to use a Ziploc bag. You can store them in the freezer for up to 3 months. Because these sausages don't have preservatives in it, you will want to use it as quickly as you can. Okay, after all this hard work, it's time to taste it. This is so good. It's so worth it. I can taste the quality of the meat. It's not too salty. It's not too sweet. I know what's in it, and I feel good about having my family eat it. I hope you enjoy my recipe. Happy cooking.
How is it?
Real good.